Okay, allow me to show you how magical this plugin is. Now, it does assume that you have opencode CLI installed on your machine. So if I come here and run opencode, or if you do this, you should have something like this already authenticated, ready to go. What am I doing here? I guess this is a get started video, so why don't we go ahead and just show you how to do that. Let's do that in this screen here. Create another one. All right, too many windows. Clear. Let's go up. And we're going to go to our big NeoVim directory, and we are going to explore this. Oh, look at on the right-hand side, we have a opencode server running. I wonder what that's all about. Well, friends, let me tell you. Oh, I'm not even showing myself. Here we go. There I am. What's up, y'all? Get out of the way of me. Little tiny guy down here. Hi, friends. Okay. So let me show you. Check this out. There is this plugin called opencode. Now, to be clear, this is not from the official opencode team. This is from me and the vibes that I have produced with partnership in what? I need my second cup of coffee here. I have partnered with AI, and together we have vibed this out. Let me have a sip. Ah, delicious. Just got a new coffee cup. Just got a new coffee pot, so I'm pretty happy about that. Let me open up this file. I know the anticipation is probably killing you. And check this out. Now, this is yeah. You don't need that. You can probably just do. Let me see here. Select where all the magic happens. Opencode. Yep, there it is. Scroll down a little bit here. Yeah, if you just specify this, okay. Oh, look at that little thingy. What have I done? Okay, we got a little bug situations happening here. That's okay, we'll fix this. So, if you just do that, then you should be good to go. There is a default configuration here. You can copy and paste. I like doing very lazy, so it just opens on load. But you can, if you want it to load some other time, you can configure it however you like. Anyways, let me show you how it works. So, actually, let me a couple things here. One, there is the features. Let's talk about features. There is autocomplete. Okay, so I have that set on, and then there is voice. But let me show you this bad boy first. I'll go over to audetic because that is a project that I am working on. And there is another transcription provider that I want to add this morning. And this was brought to us by boy Dan. Let me see if I can find that tweet. Here it is. He has asked for assembly AI. I'm going to give it to him because I'm a nice guy and TM. So, get out of here. What we are going to do is we are going to create a new file here. Well, let me show you around real quick, and I hope you have some minutes here to spend with me because clearly I'm a little all over the place. I haven't had all my coffee yet. So there is this public trait called transcription provider, and when you create a new one, you have to specify a name, whether or not it's actually available. So this is just a function that you implement to that the software can call to determine whether or not it's available. I might have over-explained that. The normalizer function. So if you need to normalize the results into what audetic expects here, then this is where you do that. And then there's the transcribe function. This is classic like Rust obfuscation from types. Look at all this shenanigans here. I'm not going to explain to you what all this does right now, but just trust that it works. Anyway, you need to implement all of this in order to do a new transcription provider, which isn't hard, especially if you have AI. For what? Let's find. We're going to do a couple things here. I am going to go into audetic and open up code. Love open code. It's the best. Everybody agrees. So if I come in here, we're going to create a new one for assembly. So we're going to do assembly, API, and API.rs. And what I'm going to do is I am going to say, and this is one of my favorite things about the plugin, is I've paired it with audetic, and I can say, I want you to stub out a transcription provider for assembly API. And look at it go. It's transcribing the audio. It's done transcribing the audio. Now it is using open code under the hood to process my request. So this is us. We're jiving together. We're riffing together. It's it mostly writing the code and me saying things. But you know what I romanticize about doing is it just helps me implement things while I'm working together with it. So this way, it's more collaborative, and I am still in control of the code the way it ought to be, because I'm afraid that AI might take my job. Okay, what have we here? Check this out. It managed to stub out. Yes, very nice. Did I tell it to fully implement it, or just stub it out? I don't know. Look at all these lines. Please go away, card. Why is it doing this to me? Okay, so we are going to make sure that, oh wait, it already, oh look at that. This is why I love open code. This is amazing. It knew it needed to plug it in to the mod file. And that's what's so nice about using open code for this feature and functionality, because it has access to this code base. Whenever I summon it or I use it for autocomplete, it already has the project in its context. It's so nice. So that was awesome. Let's do more awesome things here now. Let's complete this implementation. Lots of warnings, lots of errors. Let me just come out here and do a little thumped. We're gonna do a little went. Not happy. We're not happy. I'm just gonna do a check too. Okay, let's see here. Let's go ahead and you know what? Let's have AI let's just have it take care of it, and we're going to use all the power of Opus 4.5. Run, make, lint, and make check, and do me a solid fix them issue. You know what's funny is that I've literally built this thing where I can do voice to text, and I always forget to use it. That would have been a great time to use it. Oh my god. Oh, and if you haven't seen what that looks like, here is what it looks like. And so in a second or two, you're going to see that be written into my terminal down here. Voila! Amazing. So, okay, it is, it's doing its thing here. Happy times. Let's do this, and let's go in here and start walking around here. So we see we have the implementation for the assembly AI provider. We're going to new it up. Requires an API key and an endpoint. Let's see if it got that API right, because I have the let me go here, and then in my other window I have the documentation. Boom. And let me just bring it on in, pop it on top here. We have this collapse this. Get out of here. API reference bar. Oh, there's the endpoint. Okay, let's compare API, assembly AI, v2 transcript. Yeah, that's very nice, very nice. Looks good. Types, endpoint. Okay, so that looks like it is all correctamundo. Let's see if we have a normalize function. Okay, we have a transcription normalizer. It's going to take the raw output and it's going to trim it to string. Okay, well, let me see here if that actually makes sense. And do it up. So, okay, it does not look like it is. So a couple things about this API. And I should probably read what it said here, but I will in a sec. This API expects an audio URL as part of the payload. And that's not how audetic works. Audetic does a base 64 representation, like encoding of the audio file. So what I'm wondering here, though, is what if we feed it a base 64 URL? That will probably work. And so I'm going to have to create an account to test this out, which I'll do later. I think the purpose I'm finally realizing about what I want to get across in this video is how to add a new provider. Is that what I wanted to do? I think this was, oh, you know what? There's like two things going on. One is getting started with the opencode NeoVim plugin that I vibed out. And the other one was adding a new transcription provider in audetic. So there's two things going on here. Maybe I'll figure it out later. But anyways, I will deal with the, hey, you know what? Fuck it, we're doing it all. Doing it all right now. And I'm gonna drag you through the mud on all of it. So hope you got coffee or something. Okay, we need to then take a look at some of these to-dos. I just love it when AI is like, oh, by the way, to do, this is how it should work. And it's like, dude, what? Like, why didn't you just do it? It's such a oddly human. It has odd human behavior, which I guess makes sense, but it also doesn't. Because it doesn't want to do the work. Okay, audio upload to assembly AI. So here's what we're gonna do. Yep, because it has the audio as a file name. So what it's doing, because what this gets in the transcribe function is the audio path. So when we record audio, it will write it to a temporary file, and then that file then can be used to then operate on. And so that's what we pass here. We're doing a little read to get that data, and then we're doing some, depending on the API. So for example, in the Audetics API, we need to convert that to base 64 encoding. So we might actually steal some of the code from here. Get out of here, types. Yep. Yeah, you can see there, look, encode file, all it does is it converts the file to base 64 encoding. So, anyways, this is how you can do some, whatever you need to do to process the audio file. Okay, and this adds this to a form. Is that actually what it's expecting? No, this one's application JSON, bruh. We are not going to be doing, well, let's see, what a header, authorization. Yeah, we're not going to be doing multi-part. This is not a multi-part form. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just feed this in, and let's see what it has. Why am I like whispering? I feel like I'm starting to Bob Ross out a little bit here. Give me a sec. Let me get some of this coffee. Okay, let's go. Oh, I can copy the whole page. Bam! Feast your eyes on these documentations. My words are on point today. Oh, you know, and then I'm going to recopy it because, yeah. There we go. Oh, what happened? Copy. And usually it's smart enough to know, like, oh, interesting. Wow, interesting observation. let's see what it has for us today. I love this little loader that they added. I kind of want to steal it for some of my UI. It's so cool. Okay, so now it is recognizing that this, requires JSON, not a multi-part. Duh. Also requires an audio URL, so you must upload first to their upload endpoint, or use public. Bro, I don't actually think they have an upload endpoint. Let's take a look-see. Oh wait, what else is it? Now I understand the patterns. Okay, yeah, it's gonna do its thing here. Let me move these around. Look at me mouse clicking. Oh, amateur hour over here. Okay, so let's look at their API reference. There it is. So file. Oh, here we go. You gotta upload. It was right. It was right. So yeah, you gotta upload it, and then this is probably gonna return the upload URL, and then you gotta use that. Okay. Did you? Why am I asking it? Why don't I just look at the code? Yeah, here. The file is so big. I'm only doing that so you all can read it, because I'm a nice man. Let's take a look at what it has done here. Zoom out a little bit so I can actually see. And this, by the way, if you are not familiar with LazyVim's setup, you can do a leader G, and it will pop open LazyGit. And LazyGit is a phenomenal piece of software for all of your Git-related operations. So if you're not familiar with this, I suggest you absolutely check it out. It will change your life as it did mine. Anyways, I'm going to look and see what the unstaged changes are. So we got the upload URL, so it knows that we need to do that. See transcription status of the queue, status for completed. Okay. Then it's gonna, it has a base URL. Yep. Returns that nice. And hopefully we will have, because it has X itself. And the base URL also has the upload URL there. Let's make sure that that's correct. That looks correct. And that looks good. We have respond. I'm gonna drop it to this file. That was a terrible way to thoroughly read that code. So this is what I do. When I have AI create a little code, I go through and I make sure what it is doing makes sense. And then I'm at a point right now where I don't do a ton of scrutinization for basic CRUD stuff. I only do scrutinization for anything that is non-trivial, right? If we're going to be doing some streaming APIs and we need to make sure that it is not cheating, because AI loves to load everything in the memory. It hates you doing things in a event-driven, efficient manner. Anyways, for basic CRUD stuff, it seems to be fine. The code generation is fine there, so I don't really scrutinize it too much for the CRUD. Okay, some transcription. Take a look where this gets called. Transcript ID, audio URL, transcribe. Oh, this is beautiful. See, nice and neat. Step 1, get your audio URL after it uploads it. So it uploads it, gets audio URL. Step 2, it's going to submit it. So this little submit function. Step 3, we're going to poll for a transcription complete. Now this, I'm not sure that is the way, because we should be getting a response. We're going to go and pull this out to its own. Go here. And when we post, a successful response should have the transcription in the text payload, unless I'm missing something. Yeah, we don't need to pull the get transcript endpoint. I think we just get it back immediately. Set the response request. There's a lot of options for this API. Okay, I am. Oh, it takes the webhook URL. Okay. More for us. Response, audio URL, status. Calls by queue. Text, the textual transcript of your media file. I guess I'm a little confused because it's not clear whether or not it will be complete. I guess you need to just check this. Okay, I guess that's what it does too. I might have to create an account and try this out, but for the most part, this looks about right. So, coming back into here, we're gonna poll for that text. It's gonna get it. Max attempts. This is something that is like a little like meh, just hard-coded magic number. So we probably want to make that configurable for this provider, and so that would require extending our configuration model a little bit. So I guess this is fine for now. .3 minutes max, huh? How about 6 minutes max? Oops. Okay. You know what's funny is like I haven't even given a chance to show you like the tab autocomplete feature here, but yeah, because I could say, hold on, let me see if I come back. This is going to be a little contrived, but I'll go back to 60 and then say let's make this 6 minutes. And you see that little spinner thingy? Whoop, 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 whoop. There you go. Code autocomplete. That is stupid. Oh my god. Yeah, value add. I hope you're sold now that you saw what it can do. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, but that Jesus. That's what it can do. We are going to go ahead and do this, and we're going to run a couple make funct lint check, and if all looks good, I'm going to say you done good, George Washington. Create a commit, push the changes to remote, and cut a PR against name. And then what I might do is I might send this PR to Dan, our boy Dan, because he apparently uses this to see if it checks out, and I might have him test it out. And together we will get this across the finish line. So I think that's it for this video. I hope you've been educated, you learned some stuff, maybe entertained a little bit. I know I was. Okay. Until the next time. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me show you where to find these projects. Right. I guess that's kind of like important. So no, not Simplibyte. Audetic AI. This is where you can get Audetic. The GitHub is right here, so that's Simplibyte/Audetic. And then for the opencode plugin, this is right here. I got some more updates coming for it. Yeah, if you want to use the voice commands like I did versus like, so there's two features. There is that voice commands feature where you can just have a conversation and it'll help you do whatever task. The task I showed you earlier was like, that was a little more complex. It was like create an entire new file and do stuff. The way I'm using it is I might stub out functions or like APIs, and then I'll have it like fill in while I'm working in a different part of the code base. Like, hey, you do this while I'm doing that. Okay, go. And that's been pretty awesome. Anyways, in order to do that, you got to pair it with audetic, because why not? I already have the technology there. It's open source. You just plug it on in, and then you provide these options. You give it the keybind. Mine's leader R, so I just do like leader R, and that's it. Works out nicely. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to say about that. Catch y'all later.